Recently, I've been trying to get in better shape by hitting the gym and making better food decisions and all those things that make a person generally healthier, but the most important thing is staying hydrated. Hydration is one of, if not the most important things to living a healthier and better life, and Liquid IV is your best ticket to achieving that goal. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, which is pretty significant. I really enjoy Liquid IV because it's easy to take. It's easy to take with you, which makes it super convenient, whether it's after the gym or if I need to pick me up in the morning after a night out or just a boost of hydration while I'm at work. Staying hydrated is so much easier for me because of Liquid IV, and I think it can do the exact same thing for you. Also, if you're worried about the flavors, don't be. They've got strawberry lemonade and lemon lime, which are some of my favorites, and they are very good, but they got plenty of other flavors, so you'll find something you like for sure. So if you want to start getting and staying more hydrated, you should try some Liquid IV. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code BADMOVIE at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code BADMOVIE at liquidiv.com.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news. There's been reports all over the area of something crazy going on, something big. People's homes, their minds even, are being taken over by something called, what is it they're calling it? They're calling it Bad Movie Debate.
Hey everybody, we're back.
No.
Welcome.
That's not how this works.
With Bad Movie Debate.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're being outvoted today, Jacob.
Welcome to Bad Movie Debate. It's me, your boy. I say that every time I feel like. So we have a special episode today. We're doing another Council of Cinema movie. Council of Cinema. It's an amazing pun. Quality stuff. Last time we did Spooky Season with Tyler. That was a lot of fun. Halloween beat Evil Dead, obviously. But this time, we're getting super nostalgic and we're doing DCOM. The best DCOM movie of all time. Disney Channel original movie for those who don't fucking know for some reason. I don't know how you don't know what that means, but if you don't, that's what it means. And we have 2 special guests with us today. We're going to have a 3-way debate. It's going to be amazing, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Austin, who are you?
Hello. I'm back.
She's back.
To win again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Competition.
We'll see. Sam?
Hello. Sam here.
Sam, again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was on the Chicken Little episode, and I've been thinking about Chicken Little a lot lately after the government declared that we do have extraterrestrials.
Okay, so,
and then I was like, Chicken Little would be... He's rolling around in his little grave right now.
He is, because he's
like, I was right all along.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He obviously was, but I need more.
We can't get it. We can't
start the alien conversation. I'll just say I need more. I need physical, empirical, no way get out of it proof. This is a good step forward, but I still need more before I'm completely happy with the government. This is a distraction, but this isn't that kind of podcast. So anyway, DCOMs. We're gonna go in a circle, and we're all just gonna say what DCOM we're picking. Again, Disney Channel original movies. You know what it means. If you don't, again, just stop with everything. Austin, you go.
Fine, I'll go first.
No, just say what your movie is. You don't have to give me your thesis on your
original movie. The original High School Musical.
Sam.
Yeah. Speaking of the government and Big Brother, I went with Smart House.
Which, I was honestly watching it and was like, this is very appropriate to modern times. Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And I'm going for a deep cut. I'm going to be arguing Alley Cat Strike, the bowling movie. A lot of people apparently, because y'all were talking
I had never seen it.
I had never seen it either.
With Zach and Cassidy and Brett that one night, and none of y'all had ever seen that.
You were
right?
stoked. You're like, I'm gonna do Alley Cat Strike.
It's so
and we all
fucking
just crickets.
good.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing. As you all know, because we've all watched it now recently.
Yeah,
I don't know if we all know that, Jacob.
I mean, we will see by the end of this program how we all feel. So real quick, so the scores, let me get my notes out real quick. I'm going to do just the Rotten Tomato scores for our movies just to kind of see where we're starting off in general. So Austin's High School Musical had a 67 Rotten Tomatoes critics score, which not surprising that it was decently high for a DCOM, and 74% for the audience. Which
that's right.
I think that's kind of low for how passionate people are for High School Musical.
True.
I feel like that's kind of low.
You either love it or hate it.
I know, but I feel like it would. I feel like it would have been in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like people who would take the time to comment on it would probably be like, "This is fucking gas." So I was a little surprised.
Still a good grade. It's a strong C.
It's good. It's good. It's passing.
It's not very strong.
It's passing.
C.
Yours is the only one that passed. Smart House is a 53%, and that is only the audience review because there are no critic reviews for Smart House, which is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Because I was like 53% for Smart House. Okay, that's pretty good. And I clicked on the website, and then it was like NA for like critic reviews, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
It's not a good start for me.
Oh, but here's an even worse start for me. 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, only audience, no critic score. Austin's is the only one that has enough critic reviews for it to be listed on, like, when you click on it on Rotten Tomatoes.
So I think the debate is over.
Thanks for
we
listening.
Know the
Be sure to like and
DCOM.
subscribe.
Yes.
Liquid IV, 20% off. No, we have a lot to talk about. Because High School Musical is just, I don't even know about that. What is this?
Okay, we have to be real.
Oh, okay, shit, yeah. I didn't get the notification. Oh, wait, there it goes. All right, let's do it.
All right, everybody, if you're listening, don't forget to post your Be Real.
Hell yeah, perfect. All right. Quick sidebar. We back.
It's like that SNL skit.
Yeah.
The bank robbery.
What's so funny is I feel like we only just follow each other. So it's just all of us posting at the same time.
90% of the people I'm on there with are people that I am usually pretty much always with. So it's like, yeah, I know what you're doing because we were hanging out face to face.
Anyway.
It's nice.
I love summertime for that reason.
Yeah.
We're always hanging out.
Exactly. It's fucking awesome. Segue.
Sorry, you were going over the
summertime.
Scores. Oh.
High School Musical has to do with summertime, the second one. So why don't you talk about why yours deserves these critic reviews and ours are just not even thought about? Like, why don't you go ahead and give us a little taste of your argument?
So I'll go ahead and say,
we'll destroy it.
Yes, summertime, the second High School Musical, summer break. Honestly, is probably my favorite High School Musical of all of them. But I purposely said that the first, like the original one, was the best DCOM because it kind of kicked off the entire series and led to like a mountain of other shows and movies and like spin-offs. So yeah, I think that it did a lot. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look at my notes.
You are allowed to look at your notes. That's why I ask everybody to have notes. Sam, Smart House.
So wait, are we sticking with like we doing like Austin makes her point, we debate if it's bad, and then we move to the next person?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I have some comments. I have some comments to say about that.
At a time.
Yeah, that sounds good. I have comments to say about that.
Wait, I haven't really even said anything yet.
No, you did. You made a point. No. You said more than enough. You said it's the first one, the second one's better, which doesn't matter because you're talking about the first one. But like, yeah, I get what you mean. But the first one is the original, so there is no second one without the first one being as good as it is because it started a phenomenon, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that phenomenon is fucking stupid.
Oh.
Because I do not like High School Musical because it's fucking Romeo and Juliet, a fucking story I've seen and heard and that like watched plays of a million different fucking times, told a million different fucking ways, and I just don't fucking care. And this is a G-rated high school telling of Romeo and Juliet, and they're singing at each other.
Classic.
Hard fucking pass. I don't even like Shakespeare that much.
Did I mention it made over $4 billion in retail sales worldwide?
Of course it did, because they had all the fucking action figures and
That's
shit.
so wild.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. That's why they made 2 more. And they got progressively worse. And they have the TV
sold
show.
out concert tour, traveling ice shows, stage productions, and a show at the Disney theme park.
Did you go to any of those?
No, but they have them, and people do.
No, I was just curious if you ever had, because I know you genuinely really do love High School Musical.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you would have, like, gone.
We
I
can
could see
add
you
to
and Alexa
this,
going
yeah.
to that, like, back in the day when it first came out. Like, if you were able to like, make it to the show.
No, but back to the point of how I really do love this movie. So I was in 6th grade when it came out. And it was definitely one of those movies that I taped over one of our home videos on VHS and replayed it over and over again.
Yeah, it was like your parents' wedding or something.
No, I didn't do anything. It was probably, nothing like that.
That's good. Just some random shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
It was like your birth video.
Yeah, it's just like...
No,
I don't need this.
Your mom's favorite VHS. Like, if there was one home video to not tape over, it's that one. No, just like High School Musical.
Probably, my mom had probably already taped over with a mummy, and I just taped over hers. So.
Hey, oh, yeah, that's right. You were saying that the other day that you have a lot of copies of The Mummy on VHS just in your house.
Anyway.
Which is fantastic.
But yeah, so I do genuinely really like this movie.
Yeah,
I think it was just such a, like, being in middle school when it came out, it was like just like this new thing that we had never seen before, at least, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no.
Our age group.
Yeah, no, it's...
So it was just very much like, ooh, like, is this what high school is going to be like? This is what I want it to be like, but it's...
No, it's not. And not even just for the music, just like the whole thing and stuff. But I've been talking for a second about how much I hate it. Sam, you say why you hate it.
Well, first, can we talk about how, like, the school is huge? Like, when they showed the shots,
it's a real high school.
It is. It's a real high school.
It's like a real high school from like Colorado or something?
Arizona or no, New Mexico.
It's somewhere like in the Southwest or something.
And like Gabriella just like walks on in and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go find my class. I'm like,
and you're like, yeah, like where's your like?
She walks up the stairs alone.
Is there
sophomores?
Is there a map? Yeah, but she's brand new.
She's new.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Troy's
you're
there.
Telling me,
he guides her.
They just met.
Exactly.
He never thought he thought he was never going to see her again.
I will say there are a lot of details, and you'll probably ask things that I don't like about the movie. But I don't really think.
But go ahead.
I don't really think it's something that I don't like, but it is something I noticed that they brush over a lot of like little details, or like they include things that are obviously could never happen, like her just automatically knowing where to go, or them randomly all being in the same class, or like the school emptying while she does her solo dance. Like I feel like that's kind of part of musicals, is you set a scene.
No, well, I mean that's just a musical thing.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I really like La La Land. It's my favorite musical because they don't do that. They have at the very beginning, they have a big fanfare where traffic is stopped, and they do a big old thing where all these random people are singing and dancing the same song that whoever's singing. But then the rest of the movie is like not like that.
Yeah, different kind of movie, different audience,
so
different
I'm just saying
target.
That's a musical thing. Like that's a musical thing. They have to be in the same room. They obviously like, oh, she's doing a solo thing, so everybody get the fuck out of the way. Like that's just a musical thing. So that's not really like a dig at it. I will say. Sam talk shit.
I don't know. So back to like, so I know we were talking about characters, and I feel like Sharpay and Ryan are better dancers. Ryan's dance moves, I felt like they should have won that bop 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 to the top. Like,
it's really good. They had the props with the ladder and shit.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking.
And then like
gas.
I don't know. I just felt like Troy and Gabriella were mediocre.
There's a reason why Zac Efron is like still famous, but not as a singer, but as an actor.
Okay,
like, his dance movies were
his
definitely
acting
not as good
was really good. But his dancing and his singing were just like there.
So that wasn't his voice.
Of course it wasn't.
His voice was too low or something for what they wanted in the thing. So the first movie he doesn't actually sing. The next ones he does.
Yeah, because you can. Anybody can learn to sing with training. It's a skill you can learn. But they're like,
no, your voice needs to be high, a little more high pitched than that. I looked up some stuff about it.
That is absurd, and I'm mad that I didn't have that to talk shit about.
I mean,
but I will
not.
Thank you for bringing it up. Why would you tell us that?
I mean, it's just a fact.
Now. I've hated this movie for a very long time, and now I hate it even more. Why would you give me this ammo?
I don't think that it makes the movie any different.
It
like
does.
the point isn't that they're great singers. I hate Sharpay's voice. Like Ashley Tisdale, I think she's the worst singer ever. Her little squeaky voice, I can't stand it.
I mean, she does have a squeaky singing voice, and I get that.
They're
but
in high school. They're not supposed to be. Their voices aren't the whole point. You know,
at least they're singing. She's actually singing like herself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and like she can hit the notes, but you just don't like the way it sounds. He's not even fucking doing it. He's up there lip syncing. Apparently, he did a good job. See, this is why he's a good actor.
Even know.
You didn't even know.
You're lip syncing. Well, I'm pretty sure they're all lip syncing for that.
Yeah, they all lip sync.
Well, they're all lip syncing. Yeah,
but it is like.
But Vanessa Hudgens like actually sang the songs.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Instead of,
I think she's a good singer. I think she's the best singer.
Ghost singer, like a ghost writer. Would that be ghost singer? Is that a word?
I don't know.
Ghost singer. I'm not gonna look.
I think the intentions are there.
I'm gonna say it's fine.
I just don't. I don't think it's the point. They're in high school. They're not supposed to be professional singers. You know, they're like trying out for the first time at a musical.
The people in La La Land, the people in Sound of Music, they're not. In Sound of Music, they're running from the fucking Nazis. They're not professional singers. They're running from the Nazis.
Yeah, but it sounds like they're professional singers.
Because they are professional singers, and that's why they got the role.
You just said they weren't. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
In the story, is what I'm saying. You're like, they're in high school. They're not supposed to be professional singers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the actors need to be able to sing.
Yeah, they got by just fine.
Okay.
Like, I don't think.
Oh God.
I'm curious if all of them had their singing voices, or if it was.
I'm pretty sure he's the only one. Because his voice is too low for the thing.
I kind of didn't think that was his voice.
The second, that's part of the reason why the second one's better.
Maybe
because it's actually him. Maybe subconsciously.
You would not have even known.
I'll say maybe subconsciously, like you can tell. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
On with the cast, though. I do think, and like I did look up some stuff after. I also just like follow like Zac Efron on Instagram and also Vanessa Hudgens, and they had a little reunion thing. Anyways, this was a while ago.
Hardcore.
They all went back to East High.
Fangirl since
that's
oh
fun.
My God. Fangirl.
Anyways, I think the whole cast had just like a genuine, like, you could tell that they were all having so much fun on like all the sets, and it just made you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like their first like really big thing.
Really in all of the
dance,
movies.
So many choreographed dances. Like,
yeah.
That was my favorite part. Is I love watching people like dance because I can't dance like that, but I love watching people that can dance.
Y'all best bet I learned those and did them in the basement.
Did you and Alexa put on was that in your routine of performances for your parents? Yeah, like when you're a kid and you're like, hey, mom and dad, sit down and watch this. Like that was one of y'all's skits or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck this movie.
I saw this TikTok where
love that memory for you.
It was like what High School Musical, like the basketball scene, the first one where he starts it off.
And we'll talk about the basketball.
It was like without any of the actual music. It was like the actual sounds.
Yeah,
it was so like cringy. Yeah,
dribble.
But I was laughing the whole time.
Okay, part of this movie is like I was watching it, rewatching it again. I'm like, oh, it's so cringy, but like you love it. Like it's almost like it's on purpose how like cringy it is, because you don't, when you're that age and you're watching it for who it's targeted for, like you don't see it as like ew cringe.
Oh no,
but, like,
all
watching
three
it
of
now,
these
it's
movies
like,
were a lot cringier than I remembered them. Like all of them were. Even Alley Cat Strike, there was moments I was like, okay, well we're just gonna blow right past that. Then Smart House had a few, of course, and of course High School Musical did as well. So I think that's just a DCOM thing. You know what I mean? Like, and
it's an age thing. We're like not the target anymore,
and
it's all just nostalgia for us.
Yeah.
So and we're talking about movies targeted to like 12 or younger.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some differing opinions on like what's cringe and not these days.
So
but
yeah,
because I don't remember being cringe during any of those movies. Watching them growing up, being like, oh yeah, or like, I don't like High School Musical. It's not that great, but like. Yeah, it was a lot.
Speaking of age, speaking of the right age, though, like because we all watched it when we were our age. Yeah. Going back and watching like baby Zac Efron like shirtless.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Was like not as it was more innocent. But now that I'm like almost 30, I'm like, this feels weird.
It's kind of weird, right?
You know? But it's like middle school me would be like, oh my god, Zac Efron shirtless in the locker room. I'm like, why? Put your shirt on.
Yeah, put your shirt on.
Yeah, this feels like I'm a pedophile.
I know, right? Like it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. Because like in Smart House, like he's all like, what his friend, because like the cool girl, I think her name was Quinn, the cool girl, like talks to him, and his buddy's like the goddess of 8th grade just like spoke to you for the first time, and I was like, oh god, they're 8th grade. Like that was like one of the cringy. I was like, oh, and then their whole party, which we'll get to. But their party, I was like, oof, like this is a lot. it was hilarious.
I have a point. Yeah, I have a point on that, but I don't know. Do we want to?
We can move on from.
Yeah, do you want to take a break from getting bullied?
No, I feel like
we'll do like one final like. This is why my movie's the best, and then vote.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, speaking of the cringy party scene in Smart House, I love that the him and his 2 buddies had a choreographed like dance at the very beginning
that's what
to kick
started
it off.
it for me.
Oh my god!
And then the whole
I was like, why
party.
can't more parties have guys broing out dancing?
Dude, I can't even remember because was it NSYNC or like Backstreet Boys? It was something.
It was one of those boy bands that was up on the.
And like the
was it a real boy band or was it like a made up one?
So. I don't know.
You never see their faces or anything.
I feel like they don't. They didn't. Really. Okay, well, let's just say I don't think Smart House had that much funding, so probably not a real boy band.
DCOM.
It's probably made up a bunch of dudes models. Yeah.
I will say though, one of my points for Smart House over High School Musical is I like the music better in Smart House simply for the fucking houses jumping song. That shit.
They played it in the credits too.
That shit is. They played it at the beginning. They played it during the party and the credits, and it's because
they knew it was the only good thing about the movie.
Fucking bop, dude! It is so good. Jump, houses jumping. It's so fucking good. It's been stuck in my head all fucking day.
Really?
Yeah, because we watched it last night.
Oh, I love that.
And I was just like, oh my god, I can't get it. It's only like a minute long. You can only find it on YouTube, and it's like a minute and 4 seconds long. It's like not on Spotify or anything. It's
that
like,
is so wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So point for Smart House. The music was better, just based off that one song.
But can half of the, well, I wouldn't say half of the world, half of the middle schoolers / teens at the time, if you were watching that movie, you can recite every lyric to every song in High School Musical.
Half? You think half can do that?
Yeah.
I could probably do like one song if it was.
Give us a little tease.
I can't even think of a song right now. Start of Something New. That's the first one, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing. I am not a professional.
Give the
I'm
people
not Zac
what they
Efron.
want.
I don't have somebody singing for me, and I'm just gonna lip sync it. Okay, so I'm not a professional, quote unquote.
Okay,
like him.
We don't want to hurt the listeners' ears.
I pitch correct. It's fine.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
You're right.
Voice.
Yeah, you're right. You're fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Anyways,
all right, Get
we'll
Smart.
move on.
What do you like about Get Smart though?
Okay,
Get Smart.
And it's a Smart House actually.
Get Smart.
Oh god.
You need to get smart.
Get smart, Jacob.
It is getting late. Yeah. No, I really like Smart House specifically for the plot because I like how in that time, because it was 1999 that it came out, and I feel like it was cool to see on like a kids channel having a kid coding.
Yeah,
like I really liked that he was like into the technology.
He was very into the computers and stuff.
Even though his intentions got a little mixed up, I get that. I feel like he basically ruined the whole Smart House. But it's cool that he was able to like code and be like, hey, learn all this AI. Like what kid knows that, you know?
Yeah, which is cool that he was able to like hack
kids would know that, but like 1999.
No, 1999, like that kid had a future, and I mean with the girl, what's it, Sarah? Sarah is the woman who made the Smart House.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, the dad ends up like dating at the end. Spoiler alert. Everybody should have seen these movies by now, I'm sure.
Yeah. 1999.
Classics. But like she's in that, like I'm sure he had a career in that. You know what I mean? She could hook him up, some early internships and stuff. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
For like 1999, for sure. I thought the plot was kind of cool and interesting because it felt like it was like creepier than I remembered, and I was like, "This is like a very light-hearted Black Mirror episode right now."
Yeah, you're not wrong. Honestly.
And I was like, I kind of like it, but also the way it wraps up and stuff. I was like, "Oh no, it's all for naught." Unfortunately,
yeah, I thought it was creepy and I didn't like it. Well, when I was a kid,
what was it about creepy? Like,
so I think it was just her voice and like the whole thing that she just knew everything about them.
The robotic effect they put on her voice before she shows up in the hologram.
And then she tries to turn into their
weird.
Like I have always, and I probably went into it watching it last night thinking like, oh yeah, I don't like this movie because it's like creepy, but it is such a cool concept, and it is like, oh man, like you're a kid, you're like, ooh, I want a smart house, but then it's like maybe I don't. But yeah, just the like weirdness of her in general. And then like the kid, I kind of can't stand him a little bit. He's just kind of annoying.
That kid, dude. I swear to God, most of my notes. The little sister,
I did like that. I thought she was really cute and like funny.
She was the only normal fucking character, like the only like level-headed one, and she's the youngest one, which always drives me crazy.
But I do feel like the kid was annoying, and it was like perfect because that is what kids were like.
Yeah,
when their parents like were trying to date, and like
he
became more and more like stubborn and annoyed. Whereas like I was watching Cadet Kelly before this because I wanted to decide between the two, and she was like,
Shout out Cadet Kelly.
I don't know if you guys seen it recently.
I have not seen it recently.
It's been a while.
Okay, well the mom and dad are divorced. The dad and her have a really great relationship. The mom gets remarried to like this military dude.
Yeah.
And then they move for his job and she has to go to a military school.
Right.
Anyway, she's like trying to integrate this new dad into the family. And she's like really awesome and really going with the flow, like not putting up a fight at all. She's like, I want to make him a good dad. Da, 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 da. I hated that because I was like, that's not realistic. So Smart House, I felt like the kid was kind of naturally being stubborn and annoying as a kid would. If
he had a lot of emotions.
So
you know what I mean? It's a good thing that he's annoying. I
agree that it was the right direction to go for how he was feeling about the situation over the Cadet Kelly one, but it was an overcorrection because he is literally like out of nowhere he's yelling at his little sister being like, I'm killing myself for this family. And it's
that was the first time I was like, wait, what happened to the mom? Is she dead? Is she like on vacation?
It's like, well, he's like, I do so much for this family, I'm killing, and I'm like, bro, you are 13.
Yeah.
Like,
but he was. You saw him packing the lunches.
He's packing lunches.
That's why he wanted the Smart House so he could like enjoy his life.
I know, and I understand that, and I respect that. But like, just the intensity of that scene from like 0 to 1,000,000 of like him being like, "I'm killing myself," like that, like line specifically. I'm like, okay. It's a lot for a G-rated movie, like for DCOM, and like I get the lesson that you're trying to teach us and stuff, and like it all works out in the end. Of course, again, it's a DCOM.
I do agree that some scenes were pretty intense, like the oranges coming out and shooting them, hitting them right in the face.
Yeah, like it just for the level of like the intensity to like the intensity level, it just went from like 0 to 100.
Yeah,
like there was never a build up.
That's
what
keeps you on your toes, though. You're like, the Smart House is going crazy.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like a Black Mirror episode. There's a lot of like twists and turns and like fucking like roller coasters of emotions, but that's not what I need from a DCOM.
So
that's a very good point. Yeah,
what is like the mess? So I'm gonna be honest. I fell asleep. Because it was like midnight last time we were watching it and I had to go to work today.
It was pretty late.
And I feel like I fell asleep for like 10 minutes, but I woke up. The party scene was happening, dozed off a second. I woke up and the movie was over.
Yeah, I woke you up specifically for the party scene because I was like, you gotta see this shit.
I was like, this is fun. No, I was awake during all of that. But then he like, I don't know what. How does it wrap up? Okay, what is the like moral? I know all DCOMs have to have like a very obvious moral.
The plot way that he wraps it up is she holograms herself. She's going crazy. She's like total lockdown and stuff, and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, she like blocks all the windows.
And, and then
I remember that.
Sarah's able to sneak into the house, and then she's doing a fucking hurricane in the middle of the living room, and then he's like, "You're not like you can't protect us like they can because you're not real because of what he did." Because he
like programmed
her like, this is what a mom should be like. Because I don't need another mom. Like, and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she goes, and she's like, tries to touch his face and just goes right through him. And she's like, you didn't feel that? And he's like, no. And she's like, all right, well, I guess I'll stop. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never get rid of her. They live with her, right?
Which is kind of wild.
5 minutes later, everything is totally normal because Sarah is getting closer with the dad. So she'll be over all the time to fix any problems and stuff. Yeah. And they're just like, we love you, Pat. And it's like, was she not just trying to murder all of you? Like, is this not,
I will say that is one bad part of the movie. Like, I think that's a little... I feel like, wouldn't you be traumatized if you had that?
I would not want to be living in that house anymore.
But no, I don't mind living in the house if it's like, hey, change it to a guy named Gary and he's super friendly looking.
Like an Alfred, like a butler.
Yeah,
like a butler guy type.
Just change the character maybe. Yeah. But they just like went right back to trusting this robot that just
and then she's on the screen and like smiles at him at the very end.
Nightmares for the rest of my life. Like, are you gonna go against me again?
Yeah,
exactly. Like,
you never know, because now that she has all these emotions, she can't just get rid of them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess you can't deprogram that. I feel like you have to shut the whole robot down, right?
I feel like not with AI. I mean, I don't know shit about it, but like I feel like once it learns it, it's like you can't really get it out.
I feel like that's what I learned about from what's that show called? The one where they...
I have no idea.
The blonde girl and she's a robot.
Pixel Perfect.
No, not a Disney movie.
No, it's not DCOM.
It's an HBO.
Westworld. Yes.
God,
amazing first 2 seasons, and then just don't worry about it after that.
But that's like what I feel like was the same thing with her. You know, they tried to reprogram her, and she just kept.
Yeah, she kept waking up, and she became a problem. But she was
because that's all based on real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all this is real logic. Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, AI is happening. It's happening.
But no, I do feel like overall Smart House, the reason I like it so much is that it's very tech forward, and I feel like that was the start of the tech revolution, kind of.
Yeah, which
for
is pretty
everyone.
Cool.
You know, everybody had personal computers. In their homes.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they talk about dial up like near the beginning. He's like. The dad says something like, oh, are you still on the internet? Because, like, I'm expecting a call and stuff. He's like, wild. Oh, yeah, no, I left it on. And I was like, oh, my God, fucking dial up.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, fucking.
We've come so far.
Like, oh, like, I'm getting a phone call, but I'm on the internet. I'm looking at porn on the internet. Like, don't turn it off yet. Don't answer the phone. Like, gosh. Like, fucking dial up, man. Dial up was wild. But yeah, it is very tech forward, and that is pretty rad, especially for, like, a kids movie that's, like, G and on Disney.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
talk
pretty
about
sweet.
Tech backwards. Alley Cat Strike, holy cow.
The charm of it.
Yeah.
It's so charming. Alley Cat Strike is the best. I think the reason I like it so much is because it is actually genuinely very realistic. Like, Smart House isn't gonna happen, High School Musical isn't gonna happen, but like Alley Cat Strike.
But we have smart devices. Like, Smart House is happening. We are living.
Oh God, let's hope not.
Yeah, but we don't have. You can't buy a house that can like make you a fucking orange pineapple smoothie, which sounds like a terrible smoothie.
I think that
who buys those groceries?
That is going to be in the future.
I mean, maybe, but we're not there yet.
I feel like billionaires already have shit like that.
Probably.
I mean, maybe
we just don't know.
Well, fuck
because we're the peasants.
Yeah, but exactly. So at the time, let's say the release of it and stuff, it was like, it's a realistic story, you know, and I really enjoy that because it's like they got the big rivalry between the two schools, and they have the big basketball tournament for the fucking apple trophy because it's all about apples and shit in their towns or whatever, because it's East and West Appleton, which is
it made
hilarious.
Me think of Parks and Rec a lot.
I know, right? It was very
side of the town.
Yeah, it had very much that vibe. But I just really love that. It's like but then the basketball game like ties. And they're like, oh, we have to pick a random sport. Like their bylaws are like, you have to pick a random competition that both schools can do, and it's bowling. And it's like, first of all, bowling is like the best ever. Like that's like the best way to spend your time. I love going bowling. So that's part of it. Fortunately, it's been a while, but I fucking love it. Nick, Justin, Kyle, and I all went there was a semester where we went every single Thursday. We went bowling, and we got to the point where it was always the same manager on duty at the time. And he would even though there was 4 of us, he would give us 2 lanes, even though he's only supposed to give us 1 for just 4 people. But he would give us 2 lanes right next to each other, so we could just, for 3 hours, we would just continuously bowl. Like, as soon as you got done with these 2, it's your turn on the next one.
So you guys were basically in the movie, because that's what they did.
Yeah, but we
guys
didn't have
like
we didn't learn any
cool...
we didn't learn any life lessons. Like they did. We were just drinking beer and having a good time. Thursday nights football games were on. You know,
that's cool.
It was just fun. No, we didn't learn life lessons, which is my main thing about this movie. Is it's realistic and it's cool and it feels like what school is like. Like there's the cool kids and like there's these weird kids, but like and there's like the star athlete and stuff. And everybody's counting on him and stuff, but like now he has to hang out with the fucking lame kids and stuff. But I really love this movie because there's more than one lesson. You can, it's don't be ashamed to be yourself. Like the main kid like kind of starts to question his like bowling and like retro aesthetic and stuff because he gets closer to the popular guy because they're on a team, forced to be on a team now. And stuff, but all of his friends stay who they are. Like honestly, his one buddy with the glasses, I can't remember his name, that's on the bowling team, was my favorite character because the whole time everybody said something to him, he was more or less like, "Fuck you! I don't give a shit what you have to say about me and what I like."
Disney Channel,
yeah, exactly. But he was more like he'd say like a quick little like quib and they'd be like, "What? I don't even understand your references." And he's like, "You idiot! Like you don't even get me, so fuck off." And I really like that because they stay like that, like those characters do.
Yeah,
and he struggles with that, but by the end of it. You know, everybody's cool and it's like, yeah, just be yourself. But then it's also like, you also learn about like, honestly, like for parents, like putting too much pressure on your kid. Like the mayor putting so much pressure on his kid and
that
stuff.
Was insane how much pressure he put on
exactly. And it's like how big of a deal that is. And it's like, Dad, like I like literally just want to have fun doing this. Like,
is this actually High School Musical?
You don't get any of these lessons from High School
yes,
Musical.
Yes, you do.
No, you
be
don't.
Yourself. That's 100%. It's like do what you want to do, not what is expected of you.
Boo.
Troy wants to sing, but he's a jock and he can't sing. His dad puts too much pressure on him, and he's afraid that he tells him that he'll be like, "Oh, you want to sing?"
Does it have anything? Does it have the lesson of knowing who your true friends are, where your heart lies?
Yeah, probably.
See, probably. I know for a fact that I like.
No, because they're all friends and they're all in this together.
Except for,
but they weren't there for a second.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of conflict.
There was that one scene where Gabriella is sitting in the lab and all of her friends, so-called quote-unquote friends, start saying, "Hey, we hate Troy. You need to break up with Troy. Troy's not good for you." And then live streams him saying all that stuff. And then they're like, then they just close the laptop and they leave and they're like, "We'll be in the cafeteria." Yeah. What kind of friend
that was
is
hard.
that?
They also all sang songs about stick to the status quo, which is the opposite of the lesson, which you then learn because you watch the characters learn, which in turn helps you learn. It doesn't just tell you this is the moral of the story, which it does in that movie. It lets you learn along with you. It lets you see the characters mess up. It lets you see them learn from their mistakes, and it lets you see them come out on top in the end.
You got that teacher brain. You got it. That's exactly what happened.
Honestly, she has a leg up on both of us because she's a fucking teacher, and these are targeted towards kids. The movies I will say,
okay. On that note. I actually really loved Alley Cat Strike, and I thought it was incredibly wholesome and like genuine, and it made me feel good watching it. I said to Jacob after we watched it, I was like, I'm going to show that this is rated G. I'm going to show this in my classroom next time we get a chance for a movie day. Yeah. And these kids are going to love it, and they'll learn some lessons.
And they're going to go fucking bowling.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Right? But
it was just really cute, but it wasn't on the level. It's not on the level of High School Musical. I mean, High School Musical is just above.
But then there's the struggle. Like he's trying to help his dad keep the bowling alley alive and stuff. And like that's part of his motivation, which is very sweet and stuff. And like that's really awesome. And then he's like, Dad, he's like, I don't want to modernize. His dad's like, we gotta make money, bro. Yeah. Like we got to. And he's like, okay, I just don't want to lose what he had. And he's like, no, man. And it's like, you can grow and still like love the people you love, and they can be the same. You can grow together.
No, I really liked the characters in that movie.
Musical, bro. You don't get that.
That's not true though.
Nah.
I just said how we learned things in High School Musical.
High School Musical or Alley Cat Strike did it first, 1990 or 2000, 2006.
Yeah.
Also, this is those lessons are directly ripped off from Alley Cat Strike. And you want to know how I know? What's the name of the fucking mascot?
Oh, the Wildcats.
Alley Cat Strike, the fucking Wildcats.
Okay,
one of my points.
So actually, High School Musical took the mascot and the school from the school that they use. They were the Wildcats. That school that they filmed in, actual high school, is the Wildcats.
Seems very convenient.
Wow.
I think it's just
That
a
is
common
true.
school
I
name.
knew
Like
that
they already
already.
had a whole Wildcat school, and
They
like
already had a Wildcat school, and they already had the colors.
The
so they just
mascot, the
leaned into
colors,
it.
Were the
everything.
same school?
yeah,
no.
they
It
filmed in a
wasn't-
real school.
Yeah, in High School Musical, they find in wherever in the South West they picked a real school and just like y'all the
It's
Wildcat
Albuquerque,
school.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Like filmed it during the
they're
summer
like
or something.
we're gonna take like filmed it during the summer
It is
or
a big
something.
school. They could have just gone a few classrooms and like that's it.
Honestly, they could have done it at any time of the year because just like put all the
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
over here for like 2 months and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge. But yes,
But they even had like the basketball scene at the beginning of Alley Cat Strike, and I was
Exactly.
like, and they had the Wildcats, and I was like, wow, am I watching?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, like,
and I
wait.
just turned on High School Musical.
you're like, yeah,
like,
what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very exactly. So, Alley Strike. Point.
Okay, they
Point
did
out
it first,
against
but
it.
High School Musical did it better.
Wrong. All
If
the
no
swing
one knows
music.
Rotten
If no one knows the
Tomatoes
movie, it can't be the
Hey, you can't
best.
say anything about Rotten Tomatoes. Here. You're only 3% above mine.
I
And
was like,
that's
it's still above that. I'm still
just-
above you.
just audience though. Austin's is the only one that has a fucking critic score, which is
Yeah.
upsetting but not shocking.
No, I will say for Alley Cat Strike, the scene when they walk in to the bowling alley with the sunglasses on.
Oh hell yeah!
I was laughing so hard.
That shit's gas. They're confident.
Oh yeah.
They're
It was-
badass.
And then also all those scenes that they were trying to like hype you up or like get wild, they had the filming camera effects and stuff, for, like squiggles and like
yeah.
diagonal.
I kind of didn't hate it.
And they
No,
like,
dude,
Like
it
it
was
was
like
like
handheld video camera.
it was like
vibes.
it was like the last great like night because this was 2000, so it was shot in 1999. It was
Yeah.
like the end of that.
No, it was shot in
90s.
2000. It came out in 2000.
Yeah, so it was probably
Hers was
shot.
99.
It was
Oh.
probably shot in 99.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like just the very end of the 90s, and they're like, we can only get away with this for one more movie. Let's fucking hit it in this random bowling movie we have written up. Let's go. Also, Zac Efron's obviously probably the biggest actor to come out of any of these movies.
Yeah.
But Kaylee Coco, or Kaylee Coco, I think it is, from The Big Bang Theory. The
Yeah.
blonde. Yeah, she is in Alley Cat Strike. She's the like
As a
I did
little
know
girl.
she's like the cute, like more preppy girl on the bowling team and stuff. Like as soon as it started, I was like, that's fucking her.
Who was
Like, which is ridiculous.
Who was the golden boy though? Because he's also a popular actor.
So I thought it was Cuba Gooding Jr. for a second because he looks like him, but it's not because the age is way off.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, he's in we
I don't remember. We did look it up.
You recognized something that he had been in.
Robert Richard is his name.
Yeah.
Let me click it.
I'm pretty sure you recognized him from one of the titles
What else
that
is
I
he
was
in?
looking at on IMDb.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
It is some random.
Well, I don't know any.
If
of
Alley
these.
Cat Strike is one of the main ones, then you know it's
What?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
maybe he does look like someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Carter, maybe. I don't know if I watched that though.
No, I never saw that.
Yeah,
But
he
no,
is
I
a
did.
good
I did
fan.
like the characters in that movie.
Yeah, that shit's gas.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
And you wanted to be the main boy and have all of his outfits. You were
I know,
like,
I was
oh,
low-key,
I'm
like-
about to buy this. I'm looking it up right now.
I was trying to see if I could buy their bowling shirt, like their
Oh,
team
their
bowling shirt
was cool.
with the fucking cat on the back and the fucking like throwing the bowling
That would,
ball.
hey,
and
that
stuff.
would be a good
That'd
like.
be so
If
fucking
you
dope.
got that, and then that could be a good Halloween costume too.
It'd be fucking sweet.
You've got like the long hair, you could just gel it back.
Oh,
You know.
no.
Dye it blonde.
I can't fucking what? He's a dirty blonde. I can leave mine brown. It'll be fine. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for
Yeah.
like
So do
no
we need
shit
to
like
design
45
it then,
minutes.
huh?
Well, it's trademarked by Disney, and I don't want the fucking
Oh
mouse
my
coming for
God.
me after their copyright. Like that's a whole fucking disaster.
You think you're popular enough for that?
He does have ads now.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. So the house is jumping. House is jumping in here right now. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like my main thing against High School Musical is Romeo and Juliet. I don't like Shakespeare that much anyway. If I had to pick, Romeo and Juliet's my least favorite of Shakespeare anyway. I've seen it so many times, done a million different ways, and this is a G-rated musical version. So uninterested from the get-go, and then also the story just is a lot.
Maybe
in a
it
way
wasn't
that I
made
don't
for
like.
you then.
Yeah, well, it was
You
made
can't
for-
tell me you didn't like
it
it
was made
when you were
it-
in middle school.
I did not. It was made for you when you were in middle school.
And I loved it.
I know. So I mean, like, it's obviously
Jared
little bit-
watched it too.
and
Uh, I'm going to say he loved it.
Probably. Should we call him up?
I'm going to say you're going to say he loves it, but you don't know for sure.
Oh, actually, I think
hinted by the.
I'm sure I made him like.
Yeah, fucking.
Jared is my little brother, by the way, and if you're listening, hi.
Is he working? Call him. Call him right now. Send him a message. See if he gets back to us before we wrap up, and we'll.
Oh my god!
I would love to hear.
Oh my god!
Send him a message. Be like, hey, just be like, no context. Just be like, hey, do you like High School Musical? Yeah, just do that real quick. That's the reason. That's my main reason why.
He can't know that y'all are here, so he can't try, and he can't know he's on a podcast because he'll try to act cool.
Put it on speakerphone.
Well, I don't know what he's gonna say.
Put it on speakerphone.
He might not answer.
This is a TV mature audiences R-rated podcast.
When he answers, I'll put it on. I don't want to waste time. Y'all keep talking.
But that's my big thing about. What do you not like about High School Musical? Watch you see if Jared's available.
I'm with you on the plot, but my main thing was just, I don't know, the lessons learned I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was like I was learning anything that was of huge importance.
It felt like it put a very unrealistic like perspective of like what high school was going to be.
Yeah.
Like.
And it's like, I think I kind of like wanted it to be like that. Like high school, I wanted it to be like that and fun and like,
I think it was meant to be like, unrealistic though.
Obviously it's a movie, right? But when you're in middle school, you're like looking at these characters and being like, oh, Zac Efron, why doesn't Zac Efron go to my school, you know?
It's also a musical and everything is over exaggerated and everything is like done up.
Yeah.
So you know that you're, even as a middle schooler, you know that your high school is not going to be like that. Like, you know that that's not going to be the case. I mean, but you can dream.
Yeah.
And you can get some good lessons from it. You can learn that just because you think you might only be good at one thing, or you think you might have to do this one thing because that's what your friends do, that maybe you could step out of your comfort zone a little bit, try something new, and see how it goes. That's
a great lesson that Alley Cat Strike did 7 years before.
Okay, let's just say all the DCOMs probably have about the same lesson. Smart House is an outlier because it was just like kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really even have a lesson.
Well, I guess the lesson for him was that like his dad should be able to date and like he messed up. He had to apologize.
It was about like moving past loss.
Okay. Yes. Like, it was more of a family-centered like thing.
Yeah.
But any high school...
A much more emotionally oriented, like personally emotionally oriented lesson.
Any kind of a high school, like centered around high school. I mean, Cat Strike wasn't a middle school, whatever. But any school-related...
Junior high?
Same difference.
It's the same fucking thing, yeah.
School-related big like plot that revolves around that, I think their message is going to be... be yourself, stand up for your friends, like all these kind of same things, and like just the same messages that we're hearing in both of these movies because they work kind of similar in a way.
I mean, yeah,
but that's just Disney. That's just like that's what they want to get across.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
like what other lessons do you learn in high school? I mean, probably a lot, but
a lot, yeah. a lot more than that's covered in either of these movies. But it's not for high schoolers, so but yeah, I don't know. Smart House definitely is like the odd one out in our conversation at least and stuff, but in the most original plot out of the three. But I just like, again, just for me, like my biggest against that one is just the 0 to 100 of intensity. It's like, I know it's a highly emotional subject that they're trying to like dumb down, for lack of a better phrase, to children, or simplify for children, but like just the up and down roller coaster of it is like, whoa shit. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm almost 30 years old. And I thought it was a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so like it was just kind of weird. And then plot wise, like it just wraps up so easily and so fast that I'm like, they didn't know how to end this movie.
It was also only an hour and 20 minutes?
An hour and 22 minutes. It was a
really short movie, even for Disney.
Short. Yeah, I think Alley Cat Strike is only like an hour 29 and stuff, and yours is probably over that, both of those.
Yeah, it's probably closer to 2, honestly.
You gotta make room for all those dance numbers, and
exactly.
they spent so much
dance
more.
Numbers.
They spent so much more money on that one because they put a lot of eggs in that basket.
Also,
obviously, it paid off.
It paid off. 2006.
It was 2006, so they were. I think
so. We picked our oldest movies, and then I think production was so much nicer than High School Musical. That makes sense why they made so much.
Just the
money.
technology of it too was better. Like the way they were filming it, they were probably filming on like digital instead of film, which I mean I love. Like there's an argument for either, but like for a DCOM, digital is going to look better and just be easier and just make more sense to do. But so the production obviously is higher in that one. But yeah, I don't know. Like Get Smart.
Smart House. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna edit all of it out. It's fine. So I look super smart the whole time. I don't know. Like Austin, do you have anything else to add about Get Smart? About like Nah?
He did it again.
Fucking
He'll
Smart
figure
House.
it out. Okay.
Holy shit. I don't know why I can't say Smart House. I don't know why I can't say Smart House right now.
I just thought like there were some of the little parts that I thought were like cute and funny, like the dance numbers and the little songs and stuff. And
the party scene is the cringiest, but also like one of my favorite parts.
The whole thing was just really like creepy to me, and that's why I didn't like it.
How about like the absorbing floor, the liquid absorbing floor,
fucking awesome.
And like cleaning up after that party took them no effort.
I do remember watching that the first time, thinking like, oh my God, how amazing would that be?
You specifically woke up during that part. I was like, Austin, you were like, oh, I love this fucking part. Like, I love it. And
honestly,
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's so satisfying because I love those satisfying videos. But definitely no lessons learned on that one. Like he just had a whole party and he definitely outed himself by looking at the plans, seeing the sweater, and then he immediately honestly, got in trouble. And I was just like,
that bothered the fuck out of me when he just like he looked at it in such shock. He literally could have just been like, "Oh shit," and then just been like, "Yeah, Dad, whatever." And then when his dad turned around, he could have picked it up and
he could have been like, "What's this?" And then he could have just said it was the sisters. You know,
they
could have totally gotten away with it.
She's like, "Yeah, I borrowed it from a friend at school." Yeah. Fucking done. Again, they're kids though, so they're not maybe thinking. They're not in high school, so also, they don't know how to lie to their parents.
That was on Smart House too. She should have known that was there.
Yeah, it wasn't. She did say
on the floor. Everything had to be on the floor.
Oh,
so
yeah.
But yeah, she probably could have picked up on it. But regardless, Sam, anything else for your Smart House movie?
I don't know. I just think that it was a cool way to look back at what they thought the future was going to be, and now we are kind of living in that a little bit. Like there are fully automated smart houses, like they exist.
I mean, AI is really fucking crazy.
ChatGPT,
fucking Mid-Journey for like photos and stuff. Like
it was just cool to like see that we're living in that now, and looking back at Smart House, like that they kind of made this all up, kind of in a sense, because it kind of started in the 60s, but I don't know, just cool to see like a Disney Channel movie do something tech forward. So that's my main thing.
I will say I did like that when she became like a not like the hologram and stuff. She had a very like I Love Lucy 50s aesthetic about her, just like non-black and white, obviously, because that's like he was like, this is how to be a mom, and he was mostly showing her that and stuff, and I was like, well, that's cool how they like incorporate that, and then she looks like that, like that's cool how that all kind of blends, and that's how she's acting and stuff, like the way she specifically says stuff, like when she's like getting onto them, like she doesn't have a body yet, but you can see her like wagging her finger like they would in one of those kind of like that era of stuff. So I feel that, but like plot, the end of it, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And the kid, I just fucking hate that kid.
I do feel like I remember yelling at the TV being like,
the fuck are you doing?
Wait, why are they still living with her? They're like, yeah, thanks, Pat. I'm like, you're not going to kill me? Like,
exactly.
Exactly.
Like, are you fucking serious? Like, we're still doing this? Yeah, I don't know. So,
but yeah, my main point is that it's tech forward. I get plot could have done better. Like any Disney Channel movie kind of has a little bit of like a 100% better, but I think it's cool like as a Disney Channel original movie that they just like came up with, made, filmed, threw on TV. Like I don't know, it's just I felt like it was pretty good for its time.
It was definitely good for its time. I understand that.
Definitely different than like Alley Cat Strike though. You know, it's like not tech forward at all. and
it's
more classic.
retro, man.
It's retro, so it's like
classic.
totally different.
Classic and retro are pretty good words to describe that one.
Yeah,
dude. Those old school bowling alleys that don't exist anymore. Now it's all laser light shows and bars and stuff at bowling alleys. And this was like the classic. You had to write down your score by hand.
Yeah, that was crazy too. They didn't have those crazy graphics of every time you got a strike.
Oh my god, I love those graphics. When you get the strike, you get the pin coming out and doing weird shit. I love that shit.
All right, Jacob, give us your last pitch for Alley
I will
Cat
after
Strike.
y'all talk shit.
Talk
shit, Austin. Alley Cat Strike. Why is it the worst movie?
So I've already said that I don't think it's the worst. I think it's like a really wholesome and like cute movie. I just don't think that it like did anything crazy. I mean, I think that it was just like, oh yeah, like these kids are bowling and like.
Yeah, they're breaking fucking 220. Like that's like an average day for them, and I haven't broken 200 before. Little shits.
It was just a cute movie. It didn't do anything crazy. It like, I don't know.
You had nothing bad to say at all.
I don't really have. I told you that I liked this movie. I just don't think what our argument is the best Disney Channel original movie to come out.
Right,
I'm arguing High School Musical.
2 for Alley Cat Strike.
No, that's
nothing
not.
Bad to say.
That's not a vote.
Thanks for listening.
Our argument is what is the best Disney Channel original movie to come out. And High School Musical, to me, it was just like, obvious from the get-go because of the impact and like the just effect that it had on like just movies that came after it, shows that came after it, Disney parks, whatever it is. Like it had such a domino effect of all these things that followed it. And like when you talk about the best movie, I mean, that is probably one of the most well-known and well-liked movies just overall in general. And that's why I'm thinking like that's... So
objectively, it's the best.
Yeah, but I also think subjectively, I've already told all my reasons for that.
Yes. Okay. But you don't have anything bad to say about Alley Cat Strike?
No, not really. It just, I mean,
perfect, Sam.
Okay.
I think for Alley Cat Strike, my main thing wasn't even like plot or characters. It was just the filming style that was like really like the retro. So like that's the charming part of it, but also I felt like that was kind of
some of the 90s
cheesy,
stuff, like the freeze frames and stuff. It's like classic.
Like he like stopped, and had the inner monologue. And,
there was one right in the middle of the movie after they hadn't done it, except for just at the beginning, that is like very jarring.
Yeah,
it's like right in the middle of like a heated argument with the other kids, like on the team and like the new guy and stuff, and like it's like right in the middle, and it's like a minute long of him inner monologue. And it's like, just have the conversation. Like we can learn this later from him.
I will say I did love the one, if we're just talking about the camera style, the filming style, the bowling ball POV was pretty good. I will say that one was a good.
Right. They were able to, see, I really like the cinematography and stuff overall because like they were able to they got creative with like stuff like that. Like different ways to show bowling and stuff. Like they put in like a lot of DCOMs, like you're hitting bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I love Halloween Town, but like, there is not a creative shot in that entire movie. It's just like, here we are. Oh, it's a little slanted because it's a scary scene. Like, that's it. That's the entire, there's no thought behind the cinematography and stuff. But this one, they like tried a little bit on it, which I really appreciate. So yeah, there's some good shots. Yeah.
Should we all like, vote on which one we do think is the best?
I think we're going to do like a top 3, like, everybody say like, or like say like in order, like
in order.
1, 2, 3, like first, second, third, gold, silver, bronze. Like, what do you think out of these 3 movies? Okay. You go first, Austin.
Me go first. Okay, so we know that I'm gonna say gold goes to High School Musical. We're gonna give silver to Alley Cat Strike, and then Smart House. Get smart.
Yeah, Smart House. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's my breakdown vote.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, my main thing was the conflict in each movie. The conflict in High School Musical didn't feel as stressful as Smart House and as Alley Cat Strike, because I feel like Alley Cat Strike, like the dad was like really about to rename the high school. Like they had put so much pressure on him.
They were about to like get rid of one of the schools.
Yeah.
Like
they still did that.
They combined into one school and named it a mutually beneficial name and stuff. So they were going to completely erase a history of one of the losing school.
Gosh, that's so much pressure.
So fucking intense. And then, they're in 8th grade.
Then Smart House, the conflict is a freaking AI robot going against you. That's very scary and traumatizing to watch as a kid.
Legitimate life and death.
Yeah, life and death. Yeah, oranges are coming and
they're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, yeah. And then, but for High School Musical, it was kind of just easy, teen drama. The dad wasn't pressuring Troy too much. All the drama behind how overly dramatic all the characters are. It felt, like you said, more unrealistic than real life, whereas Smart House, even though Smart House was not super realistic, it was scary. It felt like it was scary to me. And then same with Alley Cat Strike, where it was the pressure of the dad and the town made me anxious.
Yeah.
So for me, I think gold goes to High School Musical. Woo! Yeah. And then then I would say honestly, I would rewatch Alley Cat Strike again. So I think that one gets the silver. And then just because Smart House is just totally different than those two wholesome movies, it doesn't feel as wholesome.
No.
So I feel as far as top movies go, I feel y'all get gold and silver, and then I'll get bronze for Smart House. Just mainly because it makes me feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So your vote doesn't matter.
Apparently not. I'm gonna say it still. Alley Cat Strike is number 1, is gold for me, just because I've always loved it. Ever since I was 2000. That's kindergarten. That's kindergarten for me. I don't remember when I first watched it, but I just always loved it. It always stuck in my head. I always remember the scene when she gets the split by spinning the ball and it's really slow and they're all in the pressure of it in that moment. And it's that's it's good filmmaking. That's it doesn't drag on too long. It's just good. It's good shit. I always think that scene is always in my head. I feel I always think about it and stuff. So that's my number 1 for sure. And all the life lessons and stuff that I didn't really realize as a kid. But I realize more now, oh shit, there's more than just one. Usually there's just one in these movies. And then I would say I'd probably have to go High School Musical, just out of how the success of it.
Yeah.
And how much they actually tried in that one. Cause every other DCOM is very minimal effort and stuff. But they this was their first, they fucking went for it.
Yeah.
They were we're gonna fucking rent out an actual location that's not just that's a whole fucking school. That's a lot of money just to rent a school for months and stuff. And Get Smart and Alley Cat Strike was probably filmed in a week. What?
Smart House.
God damn it.
I'm just staring at Sam over here.
I'm never gonna get it right. Well, that's the last one anyway, so maybe that's part of it. But DCOM, they took months to film. All the other DCOMs are High School Musical took months. DCOMs in general are maybe a month at most. And they're one shot, one take. We got it. We're good. They had to keep doing, you can see the effort in it.
They chugged out those Disney Channel movies.
Oh, yeah. We looked up at, when we first were talking about doing this episode and stuff, we looked at the list and it was from 96 or so to
what the first one was.
Now.
I'm about to look
it up. There was it was literally 10 a year for 5 years, and then it's gotten less and less since. But I think they're putting more effort into it. I haven't seen any.
Well, it's now I feel they're putting it all into Disney Plus,
Exactly.
They're just making original shorts and
exactly
stuff instead.
Yeah. And
which is people are watching,
which is fine.
Those.
Yeah, which is
people
cool.
Aren't watching
Austin was
cable
watching
as much.
fuck cable. Austin was watching the High School Musical show with Olivia Rodrigo and stuff, and she was enjoying it. You liked it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't have the same
you had
feel,
to watch it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1997, Under Wraps is the first Disney Channel original movie.
Under Wraps, that's the Mummy one.
Yeah.
That's the Mummy one that I also love very much, but can't ever remember.
Smart House is one of the
Which 2 years later.
They made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They made 8 or 9. I may have miscounted. 9 movies in 1999.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
You're
like
chugging them out. Yeah.
it was like they were just pushing them out.
Oh my
as fast
goodness,
as they
even
could.
more in 2000. I'm not even gonna count
because they were all so
like
good. Alley-cat story.
that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah. But I feel like they got better at it. And
I
more
wonder.
focused and finally put.
They did start
a lot of
making
eggs in
less
that
and
basket.
less. Like there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 2006. So maybe they put a little more into each of them instead of just trying
That's
to.
why I think they kind of reassessed and they were like, well, people really enjoy these. Let's try. And
Yeah,
that's why we got High School Musical.
Yeah.
You know, so
Instead of just
9 movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 movies.
and then
4
Smart
movies.
House is I said it right at the time.
You did.
I just want to take note of that. Is bronze because I mean mostly I don't really like the kid. I think he's just I've said it a million times already, but like too back and forth, wraps up too fast, and it was genuinely like a Black Mirror episode, and I was like, I don't remember it being this kind of like fucked. Like I'm not really here for this right now. You know what I mean? So
Thought you would like that.
I did, but then like
You would like
For
all
the
that
point of it
creepy.
being a
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Since it was a DCOM, it wasn't the right like flavor.
April, May, June, July, August.
Dang, one every month.
One every
it was
month.
the best to like when the
Almost.
Disney Channel would promote the movies that were coming out or premiering.
Oh my god, yes.
And then you'd and it was commercials and stuff, so you have to be ready to watch them, like at 8 p.m. Like, I'm going to be in front of Disney Channel.
I got to be there. Like, Halloween 2 was coming out, or Halloween Town 2 was coming out, and it was like, oh, fuck. I was
you
like,
stopped everything.
clear my schedule.
You were planning sleepovers around it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're going to watch the new Disney Channel.
Oh, yeah. I remember my sister had for High School Musical 2, she had a, like, slumber party, like, watch party and stuff. And I had a friend over, and I don't remember what we watched. No, I remember now. We...
Alley-cat Strike?
No, it was not. It wasn't on Disney Channel. We didn't have it on VHS.
Oh, right.
We pretended like we weren't watching High School Musical 2, but we were watching it so we could. It was kind of like when we all read the Twilight books in middle school, so we could talk shit about them and like be able to directly reference stuff. We were watching it so we could shit on it, but we were both like, that one was better, definitely, but it wasn't. But it's still like. I don't know why everybody's freaking out. Musical. You know what I mean? Because we did that. That's what we did with Twilight. We read all of them for those AR points so we could go on the field trip. What does AR stand for? Accelerated reading? Yeah, that shit.
It's not a thing anymore.
No, I wouldn't think so. But all right, I guess fucking High School Musical wins technically.
All right, I didn't know if it would actually come to it.
Give me some. No, come on.
Stand hand in hand, sing. You have to sing with me. We're in this together.
I only know the all this together.
Make our dreams come true.
Sing
everybody now, together, everyone, together. Come on, let's have some fun.
All right, this episode's gonna get ripped from Spotify because of fucking Disney, the copyright. And you're saying it for too long. Just kidding. They're not gonna hear this, and they're not gonna care.
Yeah, true.
But all right, High School Musical wins. So congrats, Austin.
Yes.
We'll take it to Insta and see what everybody else thinks, and also see if anybody else has other ones that we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, better than so many good ones.
Yeah.
Again.
It was hard to choose.
9 a year for like 5 years in a row. Like that's a lot of fucking movies.
Honestly, like High School Musical came first to my mind, but there were so many other ones. Like I wanted to do Sky High.
Oh, Sky High!
I love Sky High.
We were talking about Look at the Irish the other day, which is good. Fucking obviously Halloween Town.
Yeah.
I don't know. Xenon is in there.
Xenon is good.
And you said Lizzie McGuire movie. I love that movie.
Well, I don't think that one is even a Disney.
It doesn't count.
Movie. No, because I think it came out in theaters.
It came out in theaters. It wasn't like it's not branded as a DCOM.
Okay.
That was
played it on Disney because it had Hilary Duff in it.
Oh yeah.
So it had Lizzie McGuire in it. They're like, oh yeah, they'll want to watch this. It's her movie and stuff. So
even Steven's movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, that one. She got wild in that one.
I like that. I mean, I like Even Stevens, but I thought the movie was like, we don't need a movie. The 30-minute time slot is more than enough for what's going on with them. But we digress.
Anyways,
High School Musical fucking won.
Go home and watch your DCOM original movies.
Watch Alley-Cat Strike because apparently nobody fucking knows it, but it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, watch them, make your own opinions. But you've already seen High School Musical. I know you have, so.
Because according to Austin, everybody knows the lyrics to every song.
Yes,
right,
prove me
Austin?
right, everybody.
Half of all middle schoolers at that time.
Half of
2006.
Our generation, half of middle schoolers.
I looked up that fact. I found it.
Can you cite that source? Yeah, can you cite that source for me? Yeah, it's from highschoolmusicalblog.org. Like, yeah, that's not a reputable.
No,
source.
I made it up, but I think that it would be possibly true.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Well, everybody go talk to their Alexas and their Google Homes. And turn off all their lights and turn up their AC.
Don't
be
show
nice
them
to
episodes.
them.
Don't show them episodes of Leave It to Beaver or fucking I Love Lucy. WandaVision also no, because that's in there a little bit too. So don't do that.
I'm pretty sure our phones are already listening. And
no, mine's on Do Not Disturb. It's fine.
Never mind.
What?
Gerard Butler news.
Oh God, no, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good one.
Only like 2 other people would get that joke.
It's all right. Zach will get it.
Yeah.
Get out, Zach. He'll get it. Zach, when you hear this, text me.
Oh my God.
So I know you listen to the episode. But yeah, so follow on Insta at Bad Movie Debate, all that bullshit. Liquid IV, get some Liquid IV. Since you can get 20% off the ads at the beginning, so just listen to that for the info. All right, well, bye. Say bye.
Bye.
It's good talking.